Good evening. Obama still dealing with the terrorists. This time it's the whole nation of Iran. Pakistan allows passengers to move around in the cabin during landing. Of course, that's just to avoid being shot. The world sucks. The World Cup continues. The NBA and the NHL hold their entry-level drafts. And the Sixers go back to the future in their picks. These headlines and Smarmy's Eye on the World, Rice's Game Breakers, and Darren Martinez gives us an update on the recent Philly Comic-Con. All these stories and more on tonight's edition of the I'm Only Serious News Network Sunday paper program.
It's the I'm Only Serious News Network with Dan Mahan, John Smarmy, John Rice, and Darren Martinez.
In national news, West Virginia's governor, Earl Ray Tomblin, has had an incident quite like Jimmy Carter had back in his days. This time it's his brother, who's 50 years old, received a sentence Wednesday in federal court for drug distribution charges. Way to go. Hey, the bright news is you may be president one day. China is pissed off at the United States after they renamed the street in front of their embassy after a very outspoken and imprisoned political prisoner in China. They say it's a subversion of their state power. Go figure. Even in toys, we have volunteers have cleaned up a 10-mile stretch of the Hawaii Islands beaches and picked up 20 tons of trash. 20 tons of trash that arrives over in their section of the ocean from our dumping in the ocean itself. In the most recent cleanup, they hold in 191,000 pounds of plastic fragments, bottles or container caps, 93 toothbrushes, and 3 G.I. Joe toys. Apparently they were from the SEAL Team 6 collection. Of course, the Clintons are in a bit of a controversy as Hillary is on her book tour and trying to explain how they were dead broke when they left the White House. Yeah, couldn't afford to pay all their 4 or 5 mortgages on the homes they owned. Although it says here that Bill Clinton has been paid $104.9 million for 542 speeches from around the world since January 2001. Of course, Hillary's no slouch in that department, as she's racked up $56.3 million in money from doing public speaking. Yeah, it must suck to be broke. They're broke, ain't our broke. And the Supreme Court is wrapping up its 2014 season. Yeah, what is it? Just about the 1st of July. They're already done work. How much time off do these folks fucking need? And in the session, it's been indicated whether they will take up the issue next year of the multiple, now, federal court decisions that are striking down the gay marriage ban across the country. Wrapping it up in July. Must be nice. And this in the news that North Korea has declared war on Seth Rogen. That's right. Seth Rogen has been declared an enemy of the state as he's getting ready to release a movie due out in October that deals with the dictator, somewhat along the lines, it's supposed to impersonate their leader over there, Kim Jong-un, or Kim's not feeling too well, as we say in English. Seth Rogen is now in trouble. In international news, the biggest airline in the Middle East, the Emirates airline, said Wednesday was holding flights to and from the Pakistani city of Peshawar because of security concerns a day after gunmen fired on a plane landing at the airport. Apparently, the other carriers based in the Persian Gulf, which is a key gateway to travel to Pakistan, were reassessing their operations to the city as well. Al-Qaeda and Taliban have been known to fire on planes that were landing with submachine guns and AK-47s. One person actually was killed and 2 were wounded. That is why when it comes to landing over there in Pakistan, do not buckle yourself down, folks, but stay lucid so you can move around and get the hell out of the way of flying bullets. And in that backwards ass country of Bolivia, they have done something to separate themselves from the rest of the West, and that their clocks are now going backwards. There's a little picture from the Inquirer for you. Yeah, the numbers just go 1 starts on the left, 2, 3, and 4 to go counterclockwise. Although the time has stayed the same with the West. That's their idea of breaking free. And the Vatican aims to mend a split on its teachings. Now, this was first reported, if you'll remember, and seeing any past episodes, by the iOS News team. The Vatican conceded Thursday that most Catholics reject its teachings on sex and contraception as being intrusive and irrelevant. It laments the media and its own priests have failed to communicate the positive aspects of the Vatican's key documents, said their spokesperson. Positive aspects of not using birth control actually means future money flow will be decreased. Yeah, let's just get to the bottom of it, right? Record, please. That's it for international, because I have local now.
Alright, just bring up Josh.
But in further international and some national news headlines, we're going to bring up our very own John Smarmy with his eye on the world. Smarmy?
Thank you, Dan. And congratulations on the garage sale.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Alright, let's get to some news. Weird news, international news, and just general news. A woman rescues a duck, accidentally kills 2 people. See what happens when you care about animals more than people? This lady sounds like a real quack. Hidden to camp culprit at Planet Fitness accidentally tapes himself. Man who had a hidden camera in a woman's locker room captured himself setting up the camera. Listen, I go to Planet Fitness, and have you seen these girls wear these see-through yoga pants? Smarty's thinking about setting up a few cameras himself. You know what I'm saying. The hot convict guy has been offered several modeling gigs as agencies want to pay him to pose as some sort of gangster model. Over 20,000 females on Facebook liked this photo, proving they're all whores. Pretty much. That's right, folks. Ted Bundy got conjugal visits in prison from regular girls. They're worse than us. Don't write your letters. We'll save that for the viewer mail. Venus Williams set the post nude in a magazine. It's called Tennis Playing with Balls. Should be the July issue, for those of you guys who are into that muscular man-type body. Dave Ron Moore was into it. He couldn't be here tonight. Shout out. Ex-Chick-fil-A employee robs KFC. He's charged for armed robbery, possession of a gun during a violent crime, failure to stop for police, and hatred for chicken. Anybody who hates chicken, besides vegetarians, must go behind bars. Russian cops ban short skirts after skirts get too short. And after seeing the picture of these hot Russian cops, they can shove a nightstick up my ass anytime they want. Fairly fruity. When you seen the pictures, you would say, he's right. Man walks into a McDonald's with a knife in his back. Sources say he didn't feel it. I guess someone stabbed him in the back. Literally. Don't want to dispute. Cat can't stand when soldier returns home. Even though the soldier has been away for a while, that cat is anti-American. Someone needs to put that cat to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Gatesy said he was forced to wear fag-tard name tag at taco chain. We can't give you the taco chain actual name, but it's the biggest one. It has a bell in front of the taco chain. And I can't believe that they will show respect like that to the employee of their month. And I'm actually going to get me some Taco Bell. I love the chicken chalupas, the Baja chicken, not the sour cream. Reminds me of Jizz, certain story I had when I was a kid. But anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Dan, what else is on the show? John Smarmy, I'm Always Serious News Network.
Thank you, Smarmy. And stuff you talk about in your tacos just might be jizz. Just apparently, yeah, they got that guy in there. Is that bell's ringing? Take it easy. And maybe that guy at the McDonald's was just a necromonger. Did anybody think of that? They didn't die off. Remember the end of the movie. Don't forget. Well, in local news, crime pays, but justice pays back sometimes. That's right. Turns out the co-owner of a Huntington Valley ambulance company here in Pennsylvania, Vadim Fleischler, was sentenced to 13 and a half years of prison time for defrauding Medicare of $2.4 million. $2.4 million. His transportation company, Superior EMS Ambulance, transported patients who could walk or were not eligible for ambulance rides to begin with under Medicare rules. According to the indictment, Fleischer pleaded guilty in December to healthcare fraud, making false statements in connection with healthcare matters, and conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. He's ordered to repay Medicare $1.9 million back. And his partner, Deanna Bell, is scheduled for September 30th sentencing. Are you cracker kidding me? And if you think that was only the one doing it, you'd be wrong, because there's another new set of terrorists. Time to send these sons of bitches back home, wherever that is, cracker, please. Because the U.S. Attorney's Office of Philadelphia also charged the owners and manager of Life Support Corporation, a Bucks County ambulance company, in a $1.9 million Medicare fraud. These brothers, Nazar Ali Kemet and Bogdan Kemet. Now, let's figure. That's Eastern European, right? Somewhere around there. They own Life Support. And their cousin, who was a company manager, Rostislav Kemet, committed a crime, all right. Yeah, they were arrested for, again, defrauding Medicare of ambulance rides that their patients weren't required to take, nor were allowed to take under the Medicare rules. They operated and collected about $1.2 million from Medicare in 2012 alone. Cracker, please. When will it end? And Chicky and Pete's has now been ordered to set up a hotline by the U.S. Department of Labor to learn the status of the $6.8 million in back wages and damages that they owe to their past and current employees. The company's owners agreed to make payments to 1,159 past and present employees in the chain's Pennsylvania locations. The Labor Department had found that Chicky and Pete's practice of paying some workers $15 a shift meant some didn't earn the tip minimum wage of $2.13 an hour, and others didn't earn overtime pay. Some workers were even forced to contribute to an improper tip pool, which, of course, the company kept 60% of those tips. Are you cracker kidding me? You take your crab fries and stick them up your Chicky and Sneaks, you bastards. But for more on our local scene, we have our very own Darren Martinez, who was at Philadelphia's recent comic convention, Comic-Con as it's called, and is going to inform us on the things he saw and the kind of coolness that it was. Darren?
So I went to the Comic-Con and it was fun, and I got a lot of free stuff. I got this shirt for free, as you can see. X-Men. All I had to do was take a picture and post it to Facebook. That was it. And I got a free shirt. I love free stuff. Anyway, let's see some of the free stuff that I got. Now, I can't guarantee it's going to be the best stuff, but it's free. I don't even remember what it is. It's been a week or two since I went. I don't even remember. Look, it's Zenescope. Here's some independent comic book makers, publishers.
Nice.
They've got their own stuff. They had a couple booths there. They're really nice guys. They gave me some business cards. You can read that. Yeah. And a shout out to them. And oh yeah, here they go. They sent me another one. It's pretty cool. They got some pictures on there.
What's that one called?
Mob City on TNT. Okay.
No, what's it called in front of it?
Code Red.
Code Red.
Code Red.
Look at that one.
Look at that one. It's like
they sure know how to draw.
Little Red Riding Hood. Look, it's got grams there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. She's
Right
like
near
a
the
hot...
open crotch.
Whoa.
Look, because the zipper broke down there. I don't know if you noticed that, but the artist did. He's like, yeah, show him some snaps.
What else do we have here? RetroCon. That's coming up. It's a convention coming up. Again, I got a little...
What's the RetroCon?
I think it's just like stuff from the 80s. Voltron.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
You know, Transformers.
Throwbacks.
Got some other stuff. Some advertisements for other artists. See, what I'm trying to show is that this year there wasn't a lot of free stuff. Last time I went, I had a ton of free stuff. I had a huge bag. This year, this is it. It's a flat bag of free stuff. Let's just go through the rest of this,
Okay.
you know? We already made it this far. Here's a mini comic. There we go.
First Fight.
First Fight.
It's the 4th edition.
Does that look like something you'd want to read?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
If I don't read, are they gonna make a movie out of it? Because I watched
Possibly.
The movie.
Oh, here's something cool. There's a picture of me in the Guardians of the Galaxy lineup. See
Nice.
that? That was pretty cool. They had a green screen. Just check that out. Yep.
What's that one of the guys from Star Wars, that little thing? Oh, no, it's just a raccoon.
Yeah, this is from the new movie coming up. But yeah, they got me in there posing. That was pretty fun. I got to take a picture. They gave me something free with that. And here goes a picture of a Despicable Me minion dressed up as Batman. I thought this was
yeah.
really good. And that was free, so I was like, I'll take it. It'll be on my refrigerator.
And we'll be going to somebody in the Comedy
Now-
Cabaret contest.
Yeah. Now
Couple
this I got for $1. You have to donate $1 to the, I think it's Secure Parkinson's or something like that. And then they give you one of these just for donating $1 to DeLorean Permit. So you can drive your own DeLorean time machine.
Hmm.
Specifically the time machine one.
Did they let you drive one or no?
Nope.
Hmm.
And here goes some Wizard World mints. You want to try a Wizard World mint?
I might as well.
Here, try Wizard World mint. I remember trying them when I was there, and I was like, these are pretty good if I was really hungry. What do you
Minty.
think? Minty. Got a free button. All right.
It was
And this is weird, but this made sense. It's a sanitizer spray.
Oh, yeah?
Portable, yeah. You can clip on your shirt, and
In case any aliens from
and
the
it falls to the
Comic-Con.
floor. And then look, this I got for you. Because it's a bottle opener. You know I don't drink alcohol. Philly.com, that's a sponsor.
I will make
One
up
of
for
the
your
boots.
non-drinking.
And lastly, what do we have here? A Wizard World, what is this, a glass cleaner, lens cleaner or something?
Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. Yep.
Yeah. So that's it. Wasn't a lot of free stuff this year. Hopefully
Come on
next
over
year
here,
there'll
what's
be a
that
lot more. Oh no, that's well,
Can't we advertise it?
that's for later.
Oh, gotcha. For the game.
So, like I said, there wasn't that much stuff.
Now,
Disappointed.
what celebrities did you see? Did you see a few celebrities there?
Yeah, I saw some celebrities. There was Curtis Armstrong, who was Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, and Tochi was also there, the Chinese guy from that movie. There was Whoopi Goldberg was there.
Was he?
Dave Bautista was there. He's a wrestler.
What was he doing? Why would he be at Comic-Con?
Well, he was in this movie Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays one of
okay.
these characters. This big guy right here.
Oh, man.
So he's promoting the film.
You can go wherever you want, looking
Yeah,
like that.
pretty much, yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got to see a bunch of other celebrities. None of them I'm remembering right now. But, because I didn't specifically want to see any of them except Christopher Lloyd. That was the one guy
that's
who
right,
I got to
Tom.
see. Yeah, I got to see a panel for him.
Yeah,
that
I would
was
like
real
to see,
fun.
yeah.
That was really fun.
And he gave you a
And I talked about it
talk.
last week. Yeah, I talked about the Christopher Lloyd thing last week. But this year, I wanted to show you this week, what I got this year at Comic-Con. The best thing I got is this picture. I'm gonna hold on to this. The rest of this stuff I'll probably donate, give away as gifts at my comedy open mic.
Did you get Whoopi's number?
No way.
Well, you won't get no Whoopi then. Thank you, Darren. In sports, folks, the World Cup continues. The USA, although having lost 2-1 to who the fuck did they play anyway? Doesn't matter. Alright, it was the Germans. The Nazi bastards beat us 2-1.
We beat you fair and square.
So they say. It was not fair. No square. But anyway, we still made it into what they call the knockout round of 16. However, many people, since the game was on a weekday afternoon, had called in sick from work, which was fine until the dumbasses were shown on local news coverages, waving and drinking and carrying on. So many of them lost their jobs by the end of the week. So the good news is, if the United States keeps going, they will be there to watch, albeit with no money in their pocket. And the Hockey Hall of Fame announced announced this year's inductee class. Amongst them was Peter Forsberg, a former Flyers draft pick. He came back to play with us at the end of his career, who won 2 Stanley Cups with the Colorado Avalanche in his career. Now, in 1992, when he was drafted by the Flyers traded him to the Quebec Nordiques, along with Steve Duchesne, Ron Hextall, who was our starting goalie at the time, Kerry Hoffman, an up-and-coming defenseman that we had drafted, Mike Ricci, another one of our top draft picks, and Chris Simon. 2 more draft picks, why not? And $15 million in exchange for Eric Lindros, who, by the way, was not voted in the Hall this year in his first year of eligibility. However, it is our belief at iOS News that Even though the Flyers' Bob Clark is in there as a player in the Hockey Hall of Fame, he should also go as a general manager along with Paul Holmgren. Because between the two of them, they have the 2 cups in Colorado for trading away Forsberg. Not to mention the cup to Carolina when we traded away Rod Brindamore. And of course the most recent cup winners, the Los Angeles Kings, who have 3 former Flyers on them. Yeah. So even though they didn't win cups for the Flyers as GMs, they sure helped the rest of the league out. No doubt about it. Next up for us, and giving us his game breakers gaming news, is our very own John Rice. John?
Thanks, Dan. And hi. I want to talk about the new and improved Nintendo Power. Yes, it's back. If you believe me. But yes, it's back. And here it is. And if you buy it these days, it comes with a free, brand new, used Super Nintendo game. Today we have NBA Jam. He's on fire! Good game. Good game. But that's when you buy the new Nintendo Power. And that's another time. And Nintendo Power is remaking Home Alone with Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be awesome, isn't it, Dan? And further news, I want to talk about another comic I love to read is The Joker by Brian Azzarello. And it's pretty cool. It's where Joker gets released from Arkham Asylum. Yes, it happens. And if you buy this,
I don't bet.
Well, yeah, he gets released. They find him to be normal.
Dang it.
Yeah, you got a good lawyer.
Yeah.
I want his lawyer. 1-800 Joker lawyer. But if you buy this, you get a free. That's right, folks. G.I. Joe comic book, side by side with Destro. It's for the kids. That's right. That's right.
Can't
But-
go on there.
But this artwork is pretty sweet, as you can
yeah.
tell.
Very good.
The artist is Lee Berman Joe, something like that. Look it up. You can pronounce it better than me. All right, thanks. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Rice. And he threw this out there, but this is actually the photocopied color magazine that was put together at the Rice motorcycle accident back in November. Yes. It's his head doctor there, and that's pretty much how he looked right before he went under 7 weeks of what you call it again? Drug-induced comas?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, no doubt about it. Well, to wrap things up, folks, we do have one obituary this week. The Beatles said money can't buy you love, and neither can it buy you health. Okay, maybe it'll buy you a better doctor, but not health. Richard Sharp died at 67. He was a longtime chief executive of electronics retailer Circuit City and co-founder of used car dealership chain CarMax Incorporated. That's right. Mr. Sharp was inducted into the Consumer Electronics Association Hall of Fame in 2008. How about that? Yet another Hall of Fame that I will never go to visit. Well, we thank you for coming out and checking our abbreviated iOS news of this week. It's been a long weekend for most of us. We had a yard sale this past weekend and took in a lot of money. I would tell you how much, but then the IRS will probably get this through the NSA, which I don't need that hassle. But and the rest of the guys are either on vacation or on location, as Dave Ron Morrow, as you saw in last week's episode, is struggling to keep himself together, as they say. But coming up next week, we have our 4th of July celebration, and we hope everybody has a good, safe 4th of July. Don't drink or eat too much, and if you do, let somebody else drive. Thank you and have a good night. This from Smarmy, Darren, John Rice, and myself. This has been the iOS News Network Sunday Paper Program.